everyone, it's Dawn and welcome back. And today we're going to continue with our watercolour series, and I'm going to show you how to paint a lovely textured rock. Just like I've done with this rock back here, I'm going to show you how we achieve that wonderful texture in just 4 very simple techniques. So the first thing you need, well, because this is a big rock at the foreground, you need a nice big brush. And the first thing you need to do before you do anything else, before you add any colour, you need to add just wet water, just water with no paint. So that's why I've got a big brush, so that I can cover it all quickly, because this is a big old rock in the front, right at the front of the painting here. And we need it to be not sopping wet, but fairly wet. The rest of the painting is nice and dry because I did it yesterday. So we're just going to make that nice and wet. If you pick up a little bit of colour, it doesn't matter, because it's not going to show. And then what you're going to do, you only need 2 colours for this. You need some raw sienna, which is this one, and you need that already made up. You need to have that already made up so that the base coat is still wet, your paper is still wet. So you make up some raw sienna and you go straight into the wet. I'll just hold it where it's dry, like that. And you go straight in with this lovely raw sienna, just to stain it to begin with. And then we're just going to, while it's still wet, if it goes a bit blotchy, that's fine, it'll add to the texture. Just, all I'm going to do, I'm not going to wet it again, this time I'm just going to pick up some more raw sienna, neat raw sienna almost, with the water that I've already got on my brush. And I'm going to go in again, like that, that's better. So that's what we need, that nice thick. I like raw sienna because it's transparent, of course, but you can still get lovely texture with it. It's a great colour for producing texture, and we're going to be using that to produce another effect in a later video. But we're going to leave that like that, as it is now, all nice and rough and ready. And again, while it's still good and wet, I'm going to give my brush a good rinse and just wipe off the excess on the side of my very mucky bucket. And I'm going to pick up some burnt umber, so just a bit more burnt umber, I think. Don't want it quite that puddly because I want it a little bit thicker this time. This time you want it a bit thicker than the first layer, but that'll take a while to dry, so you don't have to be in too much of a hurry. So we're just going to pick that up like that, and we're going to go straight in like that. Just touch it to see if it spreads like that. That's about right. If it spreads without shooting all over the place, that's about right. In fact, that's a bit thick actually. So we'll just take some water. And because it's in the foreground, it needs to be a bit bolder. So we're not going to take any more colour off of there. We're not for the moment anyway. All we're going to do is use the colour that we've already got on there and spread it around with the water. So right up to that edge there. And we're going to take that right down to the edge. I know it still looks a bit of a mess at the moment, but it won't. We'll sort that out as it goes along. So take that down to there. If we change the shape of the rock as we go, so be it. So then the next thing, then our final step we need to do, we need to just, let's bring this in, I'll show you quickly. Just wring out the brush with your finger and your forefinger and your thumb. Just wring out the brush, or if you want to, you can dab it out on some kitchen towel, but I don't have any with me. But I'm just going to squeeze my brush out because I don't want this too wet. So that's a fairly dry brush now, a dampish brush anyway. And what we're going to do now is pick up some virtually neat, just use a little bit of water that's on your brush, and pick up a neat solution of burnt sienna. And then what we're going to do, we're just going to dab into that wet so that it's sort of semi-wet by now, I guess, and that creates that lovely texture. So you're just going to stipple it in, so just keep on this is called stippling it. When you dab it on like that, it's called stippling. So you're just going to stipple on this lovely texture like that, and so the more you stipple, the rougher your rock will look. I'm just going to pick up a little bit more, just a tiny bit more. I've got mucky fingers, that's why that's gone like that, but that doesn't matter, we can wash that off in a sec. So we want this to be really textured in the foreground, so we're going to do some nice big chunky marks. So nice and textured. So there you go. There is your beautiful, wonderful textured rock. Now, if you do like I've done, and you've made a right old mess, and you think, oh my goodness, I've ruined it. No, you haven't. Just hold on to the painting where it's dry. Take some cleanish water and just wash it off. That's absolutely fine. It'll wash off quite nicely. In fact, because it's more or less the same colour, you could get away with just painting it in. Just paint it across like that and it'll be absolutely fine. There you go. One mucky painting cleaned up. So there we go. There is our beautiful textured rock right in the foreground here. And you can go on and you can do a bit more in the corner. In fact, if you wanted to, take some more neat burnt umber, and right in the corner here, you could just darken it up a bit more and just give it a bit more of a tap. Just tap it on, just stipple it on. But I'm going to leave it there because you could go on forever and you end up ruining your painting. Wouldn't be the first time I've done that, believe me. So there you go. There is our beautiful textured rock. Now, if you've got a bit of a puddly bit at the top here, which I have, don't worry about it. Just take a dryish brush and bring it down. Don't try and bring it up. Just bring it back down into the shape of that rock and it'll be absolutely fine, just like that. So there we go, our beautiful textured rock. And I hope you've enjoyed that and that you found it useful and you can use these techniques in your own paintings. And I will be back now, where are we, Thursday? I will be back now next Monday with a new tutorial for you and a different subject. I believe we're going to be painting trees next time, but don't hold me to that because I haven't looked at my book. But I'm almost sure we're going to be painting trees next time, so I hope you can come back and join me for that. And if you're enjoying these videos and you haven't already, please do consider subscribing to our channel. Click the notification bell next to the subscribe button and you'll always be notified when I upload a new tutorial and you won't miss anything. So in the meantime, thank you so much for watching. I do hope you found it helpful and I'll see you next Monday. And in the meantime, have a great day everybody. Enjoy the rest of the week and your weekend. Stay safe, have fun, and as always, happy painting. Bye bye for now.